In a faraway kingdom, there once stood a magnificent palace. Its owner was a young prince, handsome in appearance, but filled with pride and arrogance. He cared little for the suffering of others. One stormy night, an old beggar woman came to the palace gates seeking shelter. In her hands, she carried a single red rose, which she offered to the prince as a gift. But the prince mocked her and shut the door in her face. The woman was, in fact, a powerful enchantress. To punish the prince's arrogance, she transformed him into a terrifying beast. The palace servants, too, were trapped in magical forms. The enchantress warned, "If you cannot learn to love and be loved in return, you will remain in this form forever." The curse can only be broken when a young woman truly loves you and you love her back, before the last petal of this enchanted rose falls. In a nearby village lived a kind-hearted merchant with his 3 daughters. The youngest was named Bella, but everyone lovingly called her Beauty, not only because she was beautiful, but because of her pure and gentle heart. While her sisters dreamed of jewels and fine clothes, Beauty loved reading books and helping others. One day, tragedy struck. The merchant's ship was lost at sea, leaving him bankrupt. Before setting out on a journey, he asked his daughters what gifts they wished him to bring. The elder daughters asked for jewelry and fine dresses, but Beauty simply smiled and said, "Father, I only want a single rose." A few days later, while passing through a dark forest, the merchant stumbled upon a mysterious, enchanted castle. Inside, though no one appeared, he found a table laid with food. Puzzled but hungry, he ate and rested. When leaving, he entered the garden and plucked a beautiful rose for Beauty. Suddenly, a terrible roar shook the air. It was the beast. With anger in his eyes, the beast thundered, "You repay my hospitality by stealing my roses. For this crime you must die." The merchant trembled and begged for forgiveness. The beast declared, "If one of your daughters comes here willingly in your place, only then will I spare your life." When the merchant returned home and told his tale, Beauty, with courage in her voice, said, "Father, do not be troubled. It was my wish for you to bring me a rose. Therefore, it is my duty to face the beast myself." Thus, Beauty went with her father to the castle. The beast looked upon her and, in a softer tone, asked, "You came to sacrifice yourself for your father?" Beauty nodded bravely. Seeing her innocence and courage, the beast said, "You are free here, but the condition is you must always stay with me in this castle." The palace was filled with strange enchantments, talking dishes, walking candelabras, laughing clocks. They all welcomed Beauty as a friend. Gradually, Beauty realized that though the beast looked frightening, he treated her with kindness and respect. He prepared dinners for her, listened to her stories, and even sat with her as she read books. But every night after dinner, the beast would ask the same question, "Beauty, will you marry me?" And every time, Beauty would gently reply, "No, not yet." The beast would fall silent in sorrow, but never showed anger toward her. One night, Beauty dreamed of her father ill and in need of her. She begged the beast for permission to return home. With sadness in his voice, he said, "You may go, but promise me you will return in 7 days." Beauty promised and returned home, where her father soon regained health. But her sisters, jealous of her fine clothes and good fortune, tricked her into staying longer. 7 days passed, and Beauty suddenly realized that the beast might be suffering without her. She rushed back to the castle. There, in the garden, she found the beast, lying weak and near death. Beauty wept and held him, crying, "No, beast, you must not die. I love you." At those words, the curse shattered. Thousands of lights filled the castle as magic spread everywhere. The beast's terrifying form dissolved, and he transformed back into a handsome prince. With a smile, he said, "Beauty, you have won my heart. Your love has set me free." The servants, too, returned to their true human forms. Soon after, Beauty and the prince were married, and they lived happily ever after. This tale teaches us that true beauty lies within the heart, not in outward appearance. Love, kindness, and sacrifice are the greatest powers of all.